Who the nigga that you with, girl? Yeah, he don't do you like this, girl. Yeah, and I put 30 on the underage drinking that you doing, so I want it like this, girl. Yeah, in the bed with your hair tied. Yeah, what you hear about me, all lies. I'm the one that get you wet, I eat the pussy like whenever shawty really need to ease her. I said I ate babe like I'm a hurricane. I need 2 cuss of that, run me down, that pussy done for. You feeling done for, cause I beat it good and you stuck on it. D-stroke when I confront it. Sex talk, make your legs shake. Eat it good, so what's heartbreak? All you thinking about is that pussy feel me done. I'm like done. Just wanna touch you, babe, it's like done. I mean done. I'm like done. Just wanna touch you, girl, it's like done. I'm like done. I'm like done. Wanna touch you, girl, it's like done. Wanna fuck you, girl, it's like done. Wanna eat, girl, it's like done. It's better to switch out, you feel me, you know I'm rockin' with it. But I still at a 9. Stay at a 9 and I stay on your mind, you know I'm rockin' with it. It's all good. Who the nigga that you with, girl? Yeah, he don't do you like this, girl. Yeah, and I put 30 on the underage drinking that you doing, so I want it like this, girl. Yeah, in the bed with your hair tied. Yeah, what you hear about me, all lies. I'm the one that get you wet, I eat the pussy like whenever shawty really need to ease her. I said I ate babe like I'm a hurricane. I need 2 cuss of that, run me down, that pussy done for. You feeling done for, cause I beat it good and you stuck on it. D-stroke when I confront it. Sex talk, make your legs shake. Eat it good, so what's heartbreak? All you thinking about is that pussy feel me done. I'm like done. Just wanna touch you, babe, it's like done. I mean done. I'm like done. Just wanna touch you, girl, it's like done. I'm like done. I'm like done. Wanna touch you, girl, it's like done. Wanna fuck you, girl, it's like done. Wanna eat, girl, it's like done. It's better to switch out, you feel me, you know I'm rockin' with it. But I still at a 9. Stay at a 9 and I stay on your mind, you know I'm rockin' with it. It's all good.
What's up, guys? Can you hear me? Hello? Hold on for a sec, y'all. Hold on. Guys, can you hear me right now? Can you hear me? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Guys, if you can't hear me, just say I can't hear Rebun at all. Just want to know. Yeah, yeah, guys. Right now, what is it? We gotta wait because so some people will join, but it's just like it's very late and it's so damn dark too. So yeah, our time zone more different than the others, which one gonna like appear soon. So um if you got something about to discuss about Assassin's Creed franchise, just tell me about it around the comment section because there is a lot of things I want to discuss about it. Specific, like personally about Assassin's Creed, how I feel about it, and right now for the direction, like Ubisoft going and their sketchy ass, their their DEI and all that nonsense and garbage shit like it's gonna be a great game and we all know it's not gonna be great. It's gonna be more triple A release and plus y'all don't know how to like, bail out the franchise for it literally entirely. For real. Y'all don't know how to bail out the franchise because at least from my understand, when it comes to Mirage, I said to myself, yep, I'm so damn lucky I'm not getting that game. The way when I see it, I said, bro, since they're adding like a lot of, goofy shit and stupid over the powers and all that, I, and personally, Yos, let me tell this personally, Yos, do you play like the original? Let's start with Assassin's Creed 1, because even though I don't play that one, I play like two, probably the Brotherhood and Revelation. But I would say I like two the most because it's meaning to me. Two is like the greatest of the franchise. One is absolutely good, but I don't play it because what was it? I used to like love the Assassin's Creed 3, but while playing I said to myself, nah, that's not my thing. Because the most important thing of around my game and for the exact, the time, people around generation they do not like this type of game of Assassin's Creed. I would say at least Unity. I would say at least for my damn honest, Unity got some good, stuff and power system more than the what I would say more than the like yeah, I would say more than yeah, I got it, more than Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I would say Assassin's Creed Unity podcast system got more better than AC Valhalla because AC Valhalla ain't that great. It's trash. Personally, it's trash. Well, I mean, trash is absolutely trash. I can I can give an huge respect for the companies. And don't lie, I can give them a huge damn credit. Yeah, a very respected credit how they create an open world design of the game. But when it comes to gameplay mechanics, no, personally not for me. That's that's my one flaws. Nope, the gameplay mechanics, nah, not that great. It's horrible, horrible, trash. Same generic RPG, which nobody or many of the people are not asking Assassin's Creed to go RPG. No, many of us don't like RPG system because I would say this: the only thing I can give respect, even though that game is not Assassin's Creed, but at least Assassin's Creed Odyssey, because at least I like learning the Greek history and all that type of things. No lie, yeah, I do like it. At least I respect Assassin's Creed Odyssey more than Origins, because basically it 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 means something, bro. It means something, even though what is it? Even though when it comes down to the um, I will say to the storylines and also the plot. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, dude. it does better. I would say way more better than Deadmau5 Valhalla. Yeah, Assassin's Creed Odyssey do way more better than Valhalla for sure. But when it comes to I would say what is it, Mirage and Valhalla? Mirage, okay, you bring back the root, but still it does have like the RPG elements because we all know we're not manipulated. We all know Ubisoft is use their same formula over and over and over again, which I can't stand all the time. And personally, many of the massive public people they can't stand that too, which is true. When it comes down to the mechanic of it, it's just the same. It's just the same you know, shit, what we have to say all over again, like we are some broken record. And to be honest, these companies don't know how to just go on YouTube and just look and don't be like a blind, stupidity around your brain. Just go on YouTube when people take a look, when people and also your whole damn thousand employees, please, or creators. Yeah, your whole thousand developer teams, your thousand developer teams, bro, thousand. And the fact, like, we take a YouTube community and you got just a thing, just address it and fix on the huge issue. Why spend time with media sites, huh? Why spend time with fake ass articles? Why spend time being a global, you know, Gnet by yourself? Why spend time with constant negativity, but not at least remain positivity at the same point time? General, y'all. I'm telling you, general, because these companies are out to this. No matter what people they say, or again good, or it's not that bad. I think people need to like stop overreacting. These people are so interested with how Ubisoft are garbage, awful, lazy, and you wonder why they lost a lot. They lost a lot of you know majority audience. And plus, here we go. We got our co-host joining. What's up, Revenant?
I'm
And
good.
plus,
How's that reborn?
yeah, and plus, what is it? We got many people right now sleeping, so that's
Oh,
why.
UK time, right?
Yeah. Plus, that's
Yeah.
why I'd rather get
Sorry
like.
about that. I got it. Times all messed up
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And basically, we
because
rather
I
do.
know it's like a 5 hour difference from UK to US, so
Yeah, because it's
it's kind of tricky with that.
yeah, it's very tricky and it's very hard to me to probably
Yeah,
put around like 3 because you're probably might be around a late night and for us we might be around the evening.
mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
yeah, and our time zone is it's currently fast.
yeah. Like you're like for you, like early morning, like 7 or 8 o'clock will be like what, like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning my time, something like that.
Yeah, that's true.
But
And
yeah,
and
it's a little
basically
easier with the West Coast because it's only a 3 hour difference there.
yeah, and also Revenant. By the way, I was discussing to my audience. It's just generally basic, same stuff all over again with Ubisoft, bro. And no matter what, these people gonna like still buy it because they got no talking points or they don't know how to like let go of things. They're just hopping the leash. Plus,
Well, Ubisoft, right?
yeah, plus two, yos. I'm just like waiting for Jimpachi, like the full on scholarship. Come on. Yeah,
The Scholar.
yeah, a scholarship person. Jimpachi, a scholarship, I would say.
Well, when like a scholar would get a scholarship.
Yeah, yeah,
Know what I mean?
yeah. Because Jinpachi do learn a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, for sure. Which I genuinely respect this dude, and also to his to his his yesterday podcast too. It's amazing. With World of Paradise, it's great. And plus, um, like I said, cause what is it? Ubisoft got like 1,000 devs and 1,000 employees, and they don't pay too much attention on YouTube. They constantly focus on ESG and also the DEI, but they don't got no eyes or probably got no brains to just take a look what people say on YouTube. And even though they do play the game, but but they are too legally into business, but they're not having no type of eye or ears or brain to take a look, saying, "Hey, your game is not great. Hey, work on that angle and work on this type of other angle to make Assassin's Creed what it used to be, to a linear stealth action adventure game." But what they do, what we all know, mainstream media, because the bitch ass don't know how to like handle that themselves.
Yeah, but also it has a lot to do with people, like the new people within the studios.
Yep.
Because all that like diversity, equity, and inclusion. So
And
they feel the need to like bring in a bunch of activists in there
yeah,
who clearly don't know what they're doing. Because I don't know if
yeah, exactly. They're retarded. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
it's
I'm
true.
sorry to say this
It's
because
just like the Saints Row reboot. How
yeah,
buggy and broken it was. Even when they delayed it for like 6 months, it was still a mess because they got all these diversity hires in that don't know what they're doing because all the other people, the veteran developers from these studios end up leaving or getting kicked out because they don't, you know,
yeah, that's true.
they,
Exactly. And
they don't play ball with what the higher ups want. And
exactly.
again, they want to diversify. They play all right. Regardless, however people may take this, but a lot of them probably look at it like there's too many white people in this studio. There's too many men, particularly white men.
Exactly.
Let's get rid of them. Let's hire a bunch of diverse people who just got
What
out of
gay?
college, possibly. Yeah, gay, all that. Yeah, the
Yeah.
LGBT and all that. So that way they
But
got
they don't do
like
no education at all. I'm gonna say
yeah,
this personally. They don't do no education. I'm sorry. They stay home because they got like parents that generally don't like you know two gender schools. That's for sure thing. I would
yeah, how
say.
they're being taught.
Yep. Um, and
But the
like
other thing is that I wanted to mention that
true. Go on.
is I don't know if you ever see, you can probably Google it yourself too
Mhm.
to see like images of it,
Mhm.
but like on sites like X, like Twitter and all that,
Yep.
the companies like Naughty Dog, Insomniac, who else, Bethesda, Ubisoft and all of
Yep.
them, they'll have the International Women Day, and they have like a fucking large crowd of women, and you look at them, they got the dyed hair, the shaved head, the
Exactly.
terrible body shapes, and
Exactly, bro.
all
It's
this other shit. It's
awful.
the same thing with the Pride shit. Like, we're celebrating Pride Day, and they have a big ass row of LGBT people there,
I'm
and I'm
pedophiles.
like, yeah, of course, yeah, that too. And it's like, and then it's like, well, no wonder these games come out like complete dog shit because
Exactly.
all they got is just a bunch of diversity hires, and that's why you see the news now where EA laid off 500 people because
PlayStation to
yeah,
London studio.
PlayStation, the London studio was shut down, I believe entirely. Yeah, that one was completely shut down. And with PlayStation, it was even worse. In total, they had like around like 900 people were laid off.
Yeah,
And
I
the
say,
funny thing
yeah,
is that it was from studios like Insomniac and Naughty Dog, and I think it was Sony Santa Monica as well. And you see the type of games they've been making. A lot
yeah,
of it's a bunch
exactly.
of woke shit with a bunch of ideologies crammed in. that no
Exactly.
one asked for.
Exactly.
And with the fucking EA thing, it's like I made a joke on X where it's like they probably should have they probably would have avoided it if they would have had more all gender restrooms in the Dead Space remake.
Exactly, bro. Exactly, bro. Let me tell you this. Like, people that don't even play games, we all see they do. We all see how these companies do to hire these people, and to be honest, these people don't know how to play game. They don't care about gaming franchise at all. We all know that, and we all know how these LGBT and BLM do. They're right here on the game industry and the music industry. That's why I see it how it coming from.
And they're also more interested about feeling represented and as a way to have some like
Cult,
validation
culture,
for what they
culture
are.
pride,
Yeah,
culture
like
pride,
has
violence,
like this
awareness.
shit has to have some
Fuck,
type of
fuck that.
cultural awareness within their community, and they're not even focusing on like whether or not if the game is good or not.
Exactly.
And that's the problem we have now because all these studios they just focus on being culturally diverse over everything else.
Yeah, that's
I know the topic is Assassin's Creed. Friggin' Assassin's Creed Mirage has I forgot her fucking name. The female who's the mentor in Mirage. It's
yeah,
like, but then you're in fucking Baghdad and shit, and it's like women would not have this power there. They
exactly.
still wouldn't have that power today. You could see no female assassin in Baghdad.
Exactly. Exactly. They will not have no power today,
They got
bro.
all these women fucking showing so much skin. I don't mean like that they look attractive because you know it's Ubisoft. They ain't gonna make an attractive woman nowadays.
Exactly.
But
That's true.
their arms are exposed, their neck is exposed, and I'm like, this is unrealistic because it makes no sense. Fucking Assassin's Creed One was more authentic within the time period, and
Exactly.
also the culture.
Yeah, because we are like Reverend Brenner. We all know the secret meaning of why they are right now. These women been put down to unrealistic. We all know, and
Yeah.
it's time for the tea. We all know why game industry like that,
Yep.
because they we all know they hate two genders. Because I got a video I'm gonna make that too. But right now, I have to um,
A video about what?
nah, but I'll tell you in Discord.
Okay.
But I'll give it down to details because I'm not gonna like spoil it here for any of them. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. And plus, like I'm saying, even though I got some upcoming games which I really want to like enjoy, but I'm getting just to let y'all know, I'll be getting the PlayStation at the later down, probably around September, but not right now with the slim version. Nope, I'm not getting no slim version. I'd rather get
That's
the
if they release that.
yeah, rather get the latest version, not the slim version, bro.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that slim version just looks pointless. So
Exactly. The original is still at its best and its core peak, even though it's got
yeah,
faults and all that type of stuff.
no,
But
yeah, it definitely does. So, but
but the slim version, oh, you need to have like wireless connections.
and it's fucking has no disc support for it anyway. So again, unless you want to buy all games digital, which I don't know why people would want to because you don't really own the game. I mean, you kind of still don't own the games nowadays, anyways, because you have to install majority of games. You have to
Yeah,
install and all sort of
yeah,
shit.
because if I would say I do have my respect. People do buy digital PS5, but when it comes to selling PS5, they can get it. But when it comes to like PS5 Slim to disc, oh, you need to attach the drive. No, that's not how you do it, bro. You need to have it standard, just like the original PS5 and also the
Yeah,
digital PS5.
because you would figure that all right, this is gonna be something that came out a couple of years after the PS5, the original regular PS5 came out. You would figure it would just be less of a hassle than the regular PS5. But now you like it has all these stipulations added to it in order to even use it.
Yeah, that's which is true. And
But for
plus,
me, I might just wait. I'm try to get a PS5 around the time Stellar Blade comes out because
yeah,
I've been meaning to get it for a while anyway. So I'm not just getting it just for Stellar Blade, but I
yes,
definitely want to try to get it, and then if I do at that time, then maybe I can stream it on my channel or something
yeah, yeah.
and start doing
Probably
stuff like that.
because I'm waiting for the last version of the PS5. That's the thing I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
That's because
Seeing
I
how
know.
gaming has gone, the PS5 might be like the last console I get in a very long time.
Yeah, exactly. Same to me, bro. Because what is it? When it comes to PS,
Unless they fix things up, like because Jim Ryan's not there anymore. They got some Japanese
yeah,
guy. I
bitch,
can't
right,
remember his name. Yeah,
bitch, right.
they're shutting down studios. I mean, they got to get rid of their California,
Yeah,
the studio in California. That's like
yeah,
the big one. They could have
yeah,
kept London open. They could have shut down California
yeah,
studio.
yeah. But
But hopefully that's next.
let me tell you this, mommy, because right now, Ubisoft right now with the games called Bones got Tank. I wonder how they gonna do the trash game AC4 Black Flag remake. And to be honest, it's not gonna be nowhere near to the original.
No, no, they got a lot of revisionist history is gonna go on in there.
Yeah, exactly, bro. They gonna make Edward Kenway dirty. I will say this, they gonna make that nigga dirty as fuck. I'm telling you. He's
What's
got
funny with Skull and Bones? People went back to play Black Flag. The player count had increased because of how terrible Skull and Bones was.
yeah,
It's the same thing what happened with Suicide Squad, where people went back to play the old Arkham games.
yeah,
The player
exactly.
count increased on pretty much all of them
Yeah,
since then. So
and also remember the time I really comment how much these people want to talk smack about me in the comment section, but they can't even address the situation. But the fact, like,
yeah, about Ubisoft, yeah,
yeah, that dude got no videos and all that. He's on his profile. I basically click on this, check his videos, nothing there. And also when he basically, trash talk me, and now basically trash talk Ubisoft. See, it shows how much he's absolutely, delusional in his demise.
yeah, just confused.
Exactly.
You know, one minute they'll praise Ubisoft and defend some shit, and then the next minute they'll talk shit about them. They'll actually criticize them for what they're doing, but it's like they're like all over the place. Like I don't know.
Yeah, because
'Cause
what is
'cause
it now?
I'll put it like this: if someone was to criticize Ubisoft, I'm not gonna get at them and be like, "Oh, you can't say this. Oh, why you saying like that or whatever." I'm like, "Nah, fuck Ubisoft."
Exactly, bro.
Uh, I
You
I have
don't.
no problem with people criticizing them because they deserve to be criticized. That's the thing with people. It's like
Exactly.
this fake positivity. No, not even fake. It's like toxic positivity because when people say,
Exactly,
"Oh,
bro.
toxic negativity," and all that, but it's like people just trying to spin everything into a positive when it's not.
Exactly, bro. Exactly, which is true. This like fake positivity bullshit I seen.
It's like the same. It's the same thing with Assassin's Creed.
Yes,
You can go on YouTube and look at
and
Ubisoft
after part
dedicated
two.
channels or channels dedicated to Assassin's Creed, and they're always trying to like spin shit around like, oh, well, this is a good thing. This is great. Oh, the series is back to the roots. Ubisoft are listening. Oh,
No,
who's
you're not,
the
bro.
studio? The
Yo,
studio
yo,
that did
yo,
Mirage. I think it was Ubisoft Bordeaux, I believe. Like, oh,
yeah.
Bordeaux should do the series, the mainline games, and they should get another
Uh,
chance, another crack at the games. And I'm like, no, the
Hope,
fuck you talking about?
hope.
People just fall and accept any little thing that they do. They're act like, oh, Ubisoft is back. Oh, they're listening to the fans. Why? Because they brought back old features that shouldn't have been removed.
And basically, let me say this. And y'all's things is it's okay to have like the Valhalla gameplay mechanic, but what is it? What is it? Someone trying to like send me a message in Discord. Right, right. I need to like speak to this dude later. So basically, what is it? I will say this. Basically, when it came down to them and also that type of blah 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 blah, or we're back to our roots and all that type of shit, bro. I don't believe none of them what they say, bro. I don't believe none of them niggas around that studio, bro. Let me say this. I can at least understand the community more than Ubisoft by themselves with all that DI, all that rainbow type of thing, and it really get on my nerves sometimes. And plus, like we came down to people. Master Assassin's Creed, legit say it itself. Like for the basically, if people want to return back to the roots of the Assassin's Creed and all that type of stuff, it's basically um those developers that work on Brotherhood by the time. Is it Montreal that work in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and Unity? Yeah, because they
Yeah,
work in
yeah, it was
Unity.
Montreal.
Yeah, basically, and they're gonna do another project, and basically it's Ubisoft Bardox. And what Ubisoft Bardox, they
Bordeaux.
copied the exact same thing like Valhalla. And why the hell do I have to see them as yeah, Bastion got to like use superpowers, which I don't want any of that around that game. Any of it.
Yeah, then the excuse is like, oh, there's a glitch in Animus and they can't keep up with him or some shit like that. It's like all of a sudden now that's happening.
What what
When
what
this
what
shit wasn't even happening in Assassin's Creed 1. There was no thing where, oh,
and
it can't
Unity
keep up with
straight to
Altair,
one to Unity,
or
bro.
oh, it can't keep up with Ezio. Like all this sort of shit. Like now all of a sudden now, years later,
What? Superpowers? Really?
no, it's like yeah, like this thing like oh what Ubisoft said or whatever the fuck the explanation was. I think in the game where it's like um that the Animus can't keep up with fucking what's his name? Bassam, whatever
Yeah,
his
but
name is. And I'm like, how does that make sense?
oh
It
boy.
doesn't. It's like they always try to find something like a new retcon to retcon something
Yeah, bro. I'm
just
basically
just for
I'm
it to
ba-
make sense when it like that's the thing people gotta understand is that this series was not meant to last this long.
exactly, bro.
They
And bro,
just kept like making basically once Desmond died, they killed him off.
yep.
They were just making shit up as they went along in order to keep the games going.
Yeah, exactly. Let me tell you this. And even since we came down to Damas, this woman play like AC Odyssey and also like Origin and Valor, they kill that woman off. But I thought y'all's really want that woman protagonist.
Oh yeah, Layla Hassan.
Yeah, Leia
She's
Hassan. I
fucking
thought, I
terrible. Like
thought, I thought y'all,
I played Origins and Odyssey. I couldn't finish either one, but um and I think yeah, Odyssey was the last Assassin's Creed that I had. Uh
yeah,
the last current one that I played. I mean, I
yeah,
went back and played some of the older ones, but um what was it? Yeah, they killed her off. I don't know who the new person is now or if they oh, I think they did. Isn't it? It's a guy now, right?
yeah, Basim. But like Reverend, let's say
No, I
this.
mean like for the current day.
Oh yeah, it's
They
based.
changed it now, right?
Yeah, change it. So
Because for a while they had it where it was someone in first person who was like a new employee at Abstergo,
yeah, yeah,
and I don't know what happened with that. Because I think they introduced Layla Hassan in Origins. I don't know
yeah.
if they explained
Awesome.
what happened. But yeah. So I remember in Syndicate, yeah, was it yeah, Syndicate,
Syndicate, yeah.
where they barely even did any like modern day stuff as far as like who you're playing as or what's going on with Abstergo and all that. It was mostly within like the assassins you're playing as, which was Evie and what's his name? Jacob?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I'm gonna be real. Even though, like Unity bars, Syndicate is kind of ass to me, bro. Syndicate.
It's definitely a step down from Unity.
Exactly. Yeah,
Even with Unity being buggy. I mean,
yeah,
it's not as bad as it was originally. I didn't play it when it launched because I didn't have a PS4 yet at the time because,
yeah.
you know. But
Exactly.
when I did get the PS5 PS4. Fucking saying
Yep.
PS4. When I had gotten it, it was pretty much already all the patches had came out. It was still
Yeah.
kind of buggy for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not excusing the bugs or the state that it was in because a lot of teams at Ubisoft worked in that one game, so it shouldn't even have been like such a mess like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
True.
it was good for what it was.
Yeah. It was still good, even though more is it personally. Even though I was to get that DLC that season pass missing DLC like Jack Reaper, but basically you can't play as Reaper at all.
No, I think you chase at them.
Exactly, and assassinate him.
I didn't get any of the like story like DLC.
Exactly.
So I
But
think I got
plus,
like one with costumes or something like that, like different like assassin robes.
yeah,
But
yeah, which is great. Great. I can't respect and appreciate from doing that. But
yeah.
basically, I used to see the real old footage they used to show Abby Assassin's Creed 5, and basically when that used to announce, I used to like the original design and also original creativity. But
Hmm.
back in the times then they used to like cancel it because right now it's all flooded with Syndicate only. But they scrap all the original design of that new outfit from Assassin's Creed. But basically, I like that new original outfit they used to do, which is great. And they basically kept out, Jacob and Evie how it is, which is okay. But personally, Unity got more meaning to me and all that. We came down
Oh yeah,
to
because of London, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, they did a great job with how like the city, how everything looks.
Yeah, yeah. Which I,
Yeah.
I give them praise and also the credit for me. But we came down to Origins and Odyssey. Even though I like Odyssey, I still go for Odyssey. But it's not Assassin's Creed game.
No, it's not.
Yeah, and thanks, you're right. But plus, when they used to take Origin, because the fact because they think like the mainstream media, we all know the mainstream media is fake because the mainstream media don't like stealth and action adventure games. They rather see Ubisoft change differently. And once when AC Origin came out, guess what? That's where the ego changed. That's where you can see how the ego right now. They got like the Origin gameplay mechanic and Odyssey gameplay mechanic.
Yeah, well, you know what it was that they wanted to capitalize on games like The Witcher 3 and like
Exactly,
Dark
bro.
Souls and all that. That's why
Yeah,
like the combat was the way it was. It was an RPG, open world. He's riding the camel around and all that. He's doing investigations. Like I think he drops down to one knee, just like Geralt in The Witcher 3. He's like talking
exactly.
to himself, and all that. So it's like typical. It's like they just followed like so many different trends that were going on at the time,
Exactly, and let me
and
say
they
this.
kept going on from there.
Yeah, and also these company at least what is it? Since Sega destroyed themselves, but at least there's some few companies
Oh,
like
can I tell you this something that I found out that I saw today? I
yeah,
looked into it too about Sega,
yeah.
and it revolves around Disney.
I know. I
Oh, you
seen.
saw it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Oh, okay,
yeah.
'cause I posted about it.
Yeah, but let me say this: even though we cannot ban Namiko, at least they understand the two general of genre how to make a game. They can make it like a 2D fighting game and also 3D fight game or combat arena. At least they can make open world RPG and different type of things around Dragon Ball Z, and that's how you get me fans like these type of certain different games. Ubisoft cannot do that. The Western
They can't
cannot.
do either one.
Yeah, because the fact, like, what is it? They can't get no critical thinking because they're
Mhm.
listening to these fake ass mainstream website with all those bots.
Or
They
sh
don't, they don't.
or shill YouTubers.
Exactly like them bots or these show YouTubers that generally support FCW and they can't even don't know how to play games or don't you know pick more study into it. And to be honest, if you
Yeah.
look at many Sonic fans, you got many of them. analyze the whole damn thing more than Dreamcast and also the mainstream bots and outlets. And now, to be honest, these mainstream bots and outlets are very, I would say, 116,000 faker more than the real consumers. There's 16,000 way more, fake and also
Mhm.
fraudulent, and also they don't know the meaning of the comeback or meaning of franchise, so we can at least fix the issue. They
Yeah.
rather,
That's why they don't listen
oh
to the fans.
yeah, we like these fake ass mainstream article. All they do, they encourage. Oh, you must stick to that trend. No, you can't go back to the same old, type of thing all day. It won't suit you better. Oh, really? Wonder why Elden Ring and Dark Souls and Bloodborne like always been like that.
Mhm. Yeah.
I look,
It's
I
funny
look
because
how much.
they'll say shit like that, like, "Oh, this is outdated. This can't, wouldn't work today." Then why would they? Or well, I'll put it to you like this: with Assassin's Creed Mirage,
Yeah,
they brought back old mechanics from previous games,
exactly, bro.
which goes against what all the other companies like try to pull. Where it's like this wouldn't work nowadays. This is outdated. This it's impossible, or people wouldn't like it, or it's not very fun anymore. But it's what people wanted, and they brought it back for a reason. And then, and if you noticed, when they bring these things back, anyway, when they bring these things back, like different mechanics or shit that they originally had, people like them, and then that's usually when the games get praised because a lot of people are not feeling these like new mechanics or new ways of how they think people are gonna be playing these games. Like
Exactly.
live services, all of them are failing. It's like what you were saying with Bandai Namco, where they can get
Exactly,
certain
bro.
things right, where Ubisoft they can't. They can't do live services right. They can't make good open world RPG. They can't do stealth games right. They can't
Exactly.
even do a good GTA. I'm not gonna say a GTA clone. They can't even do a good crime like open world crime game like Watch Dogs
Exactly,
right.
bro. They can.
All of them were terrible.
Yeah, which I can give you credit,
They can't
but
even do
damn.
a good Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild clone, which was that Immortals Phoenix shit, whatever.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
game.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. Same RPG I seen from it.
Yeah.
Same RPG. And plus, I'll give it this for something. Damn. Um, they can't they can't at least, you know, take a look around the YouTube. There be retarded around the computers and type of stuff. And
No,
plus,
they,
it can't,
you
it
know what
can't
it is? They have selective hearing. They pick and choose who they want to listen to and who's saying what. Because if they really listened to what everyone was saying, then they wouldn't be in the position that they're in now. Like all these
exactly.
other companies, while all these companies drop in like hundreds of people out of their studio as of late. Why are journalist publications shutting down? Same with movies. Why are all these studios shutting down? Why they're having all
This
these issues.
exactly
You just
this
look
be
it up. Look at
information.
Blade. How long ago was that originally announced? And that should having all these issues.
Yeah, because the actor don't like it, even though what is it, Muhammad Ali trying to fight for that role. I
Yeah,
if I it's gay, it's some gay shit. Sorry, I don't want it around that character, bro. I want to respect the original source material.
as they should.
Yeah,
But
exactly,
like
bro.
it's like with them, they can't because you got ESG involved. So then it's like the more they put that in there, the better. They'll end up increasing their ESG score, which of course has to do with like obviously money, of course, because the more they do it, the more they'll actually get money off of it. But as we can see, there's like so many studios that are like so dependent on ESG, but then what ends up happening is like they can depend on it for only so long until eventually it
They
catches
they
up with them,
they shut
and then
down.
they end up yeah, they shut down the games or whatever it is, games, movies, whatever it may be, tanks or doesn't meet expectations because they're not giving people what they want. If they were really giving people what they want, they wouldn't be shutting shit down.
Exactly, bro. Cause why is it these type of promotion all that is based on violence around, you know, massive group of people, and also it's definitely harming their business. We all know what ESG means, harming the business. And
Yeah, it
base
is. All it is ESG is harming the business, and
yeah,
so are the activists that they're allowing to
this
create these games or well, since we talk about games, creating these games, and it's even worse when they become like head of the studio or have some type of high, like a major role within the studio, like head of art direction or gameplay
exactly.
or whatever. It's like,
And
you see that. I mean, you can even like another again. I'll bring up the Suicide Squad game. If you look at videos where the developers at current day Rocksteady are talking,
I
you're
know
seeing a woman with the pink hair, then they're showing off
exactly,
some fucking queer
exactly.
Joker,
Yeah. Bro,
and all this shit, and they're talking about
can I
uh
say something?
all that.
I want to say this though. One thing.
Yeah,
I will say this. Like I said, basically, it's not gonna last that long. Because right now, um, take a look at Disney. Because right now they in big shit, bro. They in a
it's like every year something's going on with them.
yeah big shit. They got loads of lawsuits coming after them. It's getting very big when Nelson Peltz can't take any of it, bro. Them dudes don't want to be fucking about with them no more, bro. For these type ass clowns, bye bye,
Hmm.
kind of shit. Bye bye, like this little dumbass, little pesky little old ass little Scotchy fool. Like he can't get the whole publishers because your little burning ass studio can't even like recover just because of your stupid like Pride Month and all that type of stuff. And basically you can like trying to get all the publishers. Oh, I need publisher because my money's about to drain. Oh, I need some movie studios so I can buy because I don't want my money to drain. Oh, I need the next sports um company I need to buy because I don't want my money to drain.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're looking for the next big hit, so that way it's like, all right,
yeah,
um, they'll still make they'll still stick around, they can still make money, and it gives them like another year or more to get shit uh back to where they need it to be. And if it doesn't happen, then they're screwed. So
yeah,
that's
bro.
what they do. They're like, oh, well, let me attach myself to this company, to this studio,
Yeah, good, bro.
to
They
this
they big
IP,
basket,
and then
bro.
they
They
just
big
hope that it's like what is the saying, like a lightning in the bottle.
yeah, they're running, bro. They're in run mode because they know like the feast is after them, bro. They know the karma is onto them because that's the scene they're trying the best to get like either us or Ubisoft or probably another studio, probably like Deep Silver. Maybe they can get like no, we got Square Enix, but maybe they can get like what's the next Western studio? Um, they can get like probably like the Border Gate 3 developers.
Oh, Larian?
Yeah,
Maybe. I don't know.
yeah, and probably they might get like so come Activision 2, and probably they might get Bethesda. Yeah, oh yeah, we can
Well,
probably
they'll have to get through Microsoft, so I doubt that's gonna happen.
exactly. Oh yeah,
Microsoft already went through that whole like ABK deal shit for so
yeah,
long, so I doubt they're gonna give up Activision or Bethesda. So
true. Yeah, mommy, true.
more than likely, if Disney was to acquire anyone, I could see them trying to get Ubisoft and EA.
Yeah,
'Cause you know what they'll probably end up doing? They may try to merge both of their online stores.
yeah, because yeah, that's like Revenant. To be honest, I'm not dumb or delusional. I know what they're doing because then they need to push their messages around that studio so they
Yep.
can have that
And,
studio to be shut
and
down.
EA and Ubisoft are two companies that love pushing their bullshit.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
So it would actually be like like a fitting what's the word, like a collaboration, or like,
Yep.
you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, collaboration, all that types of like presentation. But we on Disney one. They want to slow down the games. I mean, once when they see rejection, they will say, "Oh boy!" Even on the Ubisoft executive and also Eva also executive saying, "Hey, Bob Iger, where's that money? Stay back, sir. Because what, sir? Our stock is falling apart. I can't even deal with this type of situation. We're getting constantly backlash all the time. You asked us for diversity and reputation. So where's our money that then?"
And then they won't have it because
Yeah,
they'll end up trying to
bye
tell
bye.
them a bunch of lies and try to do
Yeah,
all that.
yeah, but Bye got onto his his manipulation and type of bullshit. And what is it? Star Wars already, burnt, and
Yeah.
he's still, as his business like and full on gangster mafia. I would say not gangster, but I would say like a little bit of a mafia way, trying his best to reach out some company. Probably he needs like his start to like increase that much well, or probably like his DEI. So
Yeah. So
basically,
if they were to acquire like Ubisoft, for example,
yeah,
then the stock will probably go up and all that. And again, I can see it happening because Ubisoft laying off so many people. Stolen Bones was a disaster, and he spent so many years and money on it. Um,
exactly, bro.
or even again, EA with them as well.
Yeah, we start, letting
Because
us
if
shit.
both studios were doing well, like incredibly well,
Hmm.
then they would of course try to like get a they probably wouldn't bother trying to get acquired by like Disney. And if they were, they would try to look for a real good deal, where now it's like they may have to take whatever they can get.
Which is true. I'm plus like I said, because Disney not doing well because they've been done. They actually done right now. You got like stupid Brie like saying that she's done by Marvel. And you got like other actors saying that they're done with Marvel. But never know because they legit saying they're done. But we gotta see by that type of point of view. And I know like basically they maybe want to like get them back on contract and all that type of shit. But I don't see it. It will not happen. But Reverend Remnant, and let's be honest, right? So, what's your personal thoughts around? What is it? I'm gonna say this because it's confirmed like these bots, these media bots saying basically Assassin's Creed codename Red is gonna be live service or multiplayer, and we all know it's gonna be straight away dead from arrival.
So it's gonna be another Skull and Bones situation.
Yeah, bro. I'm plus. Yeah, you can have my race, but it's not gonna like solve anything because your game gonna be trash, bro.
That's the
It's
one with
gonna
the
be
black,
trash.
Black Samurai that was rumored.
Yeah,
Yeah, that shit's gonna be terrible.
yeah, with that lame ass script. My
Yeah,
nigga,
yeah, you
I
know
f-
what they're gonna do.
yeah, my nigga, Afro Samurai can be a good anime more than this type of trash what we got to like deal with. They can't do no good script. Nemo they got to like
No, they can't.
Nemo they got to be we have to be like fake positivity because basically we don't want to piss off the T activists. Fuck.
You know what they're gonna do. The other the other the people in Japan in the game are gonna be like, oh, I don't know who's this guy? Who is he? And then the fucking black assassin samurai is gonna talk about his struggles as a black samurai in Japan.
Exactly. And you don't know, and they don't like we we do not respect we don't respect masculinity. Like masculinity is like an white fascist as a principle, and also for the liberals
Yeah,
that
he's gonna be accompanied by probably like a
sweet
Japanese
baby,
female assassin,
yeah, and sweet baby,
most likely. They're probably gonna make her face square and heavy.
yeah, being a crybaby, but don't
Yeah,
over,
they're all gonna be like professional victims.
yeah. And go even on Ghost of Tsushima, even though I like Ghost of Tsushima, but I don't. But we came to the next tournament. I'm not gonna have no trust on it, bro, because they go do something like DEI, but they can't even create new entry level character or new base character, because these fake ass fans and fake ass media. They rather have these fake fans around the situation and the community where they can destroy things, and also trying to sign people like me and you that we know about the franchise more than them because they not hire critical thinker at all. They just say dumb shit, which I don't respect them. Which is
Give me
true.
1 second. I'm gonna send Jim Pachi the link.
What happened?
No, I'm gonna send him the link. He told me he was like doing something at the moment, so and then he told me to send the link.
Yeah, bro. Oh yeah, oh yeah, Remnant. Make sure I will say this, yo. After when me and you like finish doing that, basically check out this video. I'm telling you, I do get I do watch kind of little of his video, but oh boy, like I said, when you talk about the gym and all that type of stuff, I said to myself, oh boy, man, this dude don't know how to deal with people,
You said gym or jail?
Jim.
Oh, oh,
Yeah,
oh.
the link I sent you around Discord after we finish podcast. This guy struggle with, people different opinions when it comes to gin and type of stuff. If you do watch, I love it. You say, oh boy, he's crying about this type of, weak movement and all that type of things, bro. Oh boy,
I'll check it out.
yeah. Jim Pachi is very good at, skull around, bod body and physique more than this clown. I know it's a healthy routine for a living. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he actually told me about a couple of things like avocado oil is very good to use when you're cooking.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
He's very good at
Yeah, he'll like just
physique training and also
tell me like random like shit. He'll just like look up like, oh, I was just curious about it, whatever. So like, he's good with stuff like that.
yeah,
So like,
yeah, yeah,
he'll
yeah.
like look shit up and he'll like try to find out as much information as he can on it. Like it kind of like doesn't even matter what it is. So
Yeah. So I would say this though, even though my battery be 29%, I have to like probably in an hour gonna have to like go because I need to charge my battery by that type of time. But I
okay,
was
it's fine because I mean we don't have to like do the podcast for that long anyway. We
yeah,
just talk
yeah,
about Assassin's Creed. So
yeah,
you know,
because
and
yeah, we
Jim
got
Pachi will be here soon anyway.
yeah,
So
yeah, because we only got like 25 minutes. So
yeah, I mean that's definitely enough time for us to like talk about more of what's going on.
yeah, exactly. Because what I will say, um, at least the real top dog, Rise of Rowan and Dragon Dogma. But what is it? I take a look at some of YouTube channels and the fact that people talking about what is it, what is it? I stoned to this channel saying this guy saying, oh, why basically drug and dogma 2 community is so divisive right now. I say, well, of course it's gonna be the mainstream media that always cry about 30 FPS. Guys, let me say this, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. Even though when it comes to 30 FPS and all that, and if you like the story or the gameplay, then you like the gameplay and the graphic wise. Fair, thank you. Because guys, the only people that really want to bitch about certain thing, it's just fake fans or fake gamers or these mainstream media bots, which they're scam because they don't even play games. They care about stupid shit like,
About the frame rate,
oh
you mean, right?
yeah, oh the frame rate ain't that 60 FPS.
I heard it's like it can though. Like I think like they may be like a mode you can switch on between like
Yo, yo,
one.
yo.
What up?
Hey, sup, bro?
Sup?
Chilling.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah, what Dragon's talking about, I think it might have like performance mode and type of thing or something like that. I heard, or it might be like some type of like dynamic frame rate or something.
Yeah. I just
Yeah,
think it's kind of ridiculous that we're still at a state where we can't get games running at 60 FPS consistently.
That's true. Yeah.
I think
yeah,
that's really bad. I mean, because like think about it, like I honestly think the PS5 shouldn't have even come out. I think like we should. I think honestly think it would have been reasonable for the PS5 to come out in like 2025
exactly.
or even
That's what I'm saying, bro.
2026 even.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Seeing
Because
how
it's
the
too
games are, I
early.
mean, yeah,
It's
a
just
lot of them are
bad,
not
bro.
taking a full
Companies
advantage
out
of
touch, bro.
the
They're out
console,
touch.
and then a lot of games are just like a bunch of cross-gen games. Most games
Yeah.
you can still get on PS4
Yeah, I
And
I
by
even
think
now, and it's like
and even the
crazy.
ones that are exclusive, they look like they're exclusive just to sell the console, not because of a
Yeah,
hardware limitation.
like
Like
Final
the
Fantasy
only
16.
or Spider-Man 2, where it
Yeah,
looks like a PS4 game. Because I really truly believe that like the only thing you could argue with the newer consoles is memory. Like you could say, all right, well, these games take more gigabytes now because they're larger games, so that justifies why they're on the PS5. But that to me isn't strong enough to really justify it. People will say that that's a reason why, but I don't think it's a good enough reason. Is what I'm trying to get at.
yeah, true, exactly. Because
Because a game taking 125 gigs, 130 gigs and shit is also because they don't care because the game is not optimized anymore. Like, how do I put it? Like, they know the PS5 users have extra space, so then they just don't care about actually optimizing it to use a minimal amount of space possible. If that makes sense.
true. Yeah, I understand. Right now, what is it? I would say this person in my opinion, when I used to see it, even Jaeger was I think younger, probably around near around 17 or 18. Well, when I used to hear they're going to announce a PS5, I just say or something personal, my opinion, they could at least release it probably around 2025, but not this very early because what is it? Back in the day, people still want to have PS4 sell everywhere around the country.
Yeah,
Uh, Basically, what is it? Since when PS5 launched around 2020, where the pandemic, we all know the bots trying like make it. It's one of the fast selling console ever. It's one of the fast selling console ever. And to be honest, me and public people just don't care about console wars and type of stuff. But those
I
guys,
don't care about it at all. I think it's personally
yeah,
retarded.
yeah, exactly. It's
yeah,
just
it is.
mainstream media trying to like put it on demographic way. Oh, it is one of the great hit around console. It's so very high expectation.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
it's
like
trying to like make Microsoft go in competition. And to be honest, I'm glad Microsoft don't want to be in competition. Right now, you got these stupid ass retards like the faggots that do console war. They cry about, oh, why Microsoft don't do war with Sony, and even the Sony fanbase say, oh, why Microsoft don't do console war with us? I say, oh boy,
But like, think about it. Look, all right, let's look at it like from a different perspective. Let's take away everything, like all of our bias, right?
Exactly, bro.
We're all gonna have some slight biases, right? I think that's fair to say. So let's take away all of the bias. Okay, you like Nintendo Switch has exclusives. It's cheaper, a lot of fun games, a lot of things you can only play on there, right? But their third party support is dog crap. All the games that are third party that come out on PS5 or Xbox Series or whatever, they have an inferior version that's usually buggy, looks like trash, barely works, etc. An example I'll give you right now is Arkham Knight, where that game's buggy as hell on the Switch, and then Mortal Kombat 1, right?
Exactly.
But also, in addition, they had Nintendo had a really good what's it called, digital virtual console thing going on that was fair to the consumer and made the money, right? You just buy the games you want, you buy like the whatever virtual console, you buy the games, right? But now they have the subscription crap because they were greedy. So those are pros and cons of Nintendo. And there's other things too I could mention, right? Like how their online, even now their online infrastructure is pretty piss poor and ass backwards. All right, then you have Sony though. I just want to get through all the consoles to make my point, because you have Sony where they have the best first party support, but how many of those games have like woke BS in them? How many of them are boring or samey? You know, how many of them really push the boundaries? You know, and again, Sony does have the better first party support. They had, to me, the controller on PlayStation controllers are like the best controller to use, in my opinion. You know, it's objectively in a lot of ways better to buy I'm not even going to say objectively. It just has a lot of things going for it. But again, it has a bunch of woke crap on there, has a bunch of censorship, has heavy restriction on free speech when you're talking online. Like you could get banned on PlayStation legit, like for even mild things, even like the most mild things. And again, those kind of things often get exploited, right? Where like somebody can, because I'll put it this way, Reborn and Revenant, if they say something heinous to you, they could say something so heinous, but if they avoided using a curse word, it's okay. It doesn't violate terms of service, right? But you can like jokingly with a friend call somebody a like, Revenant, you're a jackass, ha ha ha. I can get reported for that and get my account banned.
Wow.
So that's how that infrastructure works. So that's another. I mean, they all kind of have stuff like that, but whatever. Now you got Microsoft. Oh, and also Sony's backwards compatibility is dog shit. And they're
not from the history.
PlayStation Plus is horrible, and access to old games is a nightmare on PlayStation. And then you have
live service, bro.
Because you're basically relying on Sony to remaster and have these companies re-release these games. And like, you know, how many games are they going to really re-release on PS1 and PS2? It's unlikely, right? Like, really, they're going to just put I'm surprised they did Siphon Filter.
Yeah.
So you have that, right? And then you also had the virtual console before on Sony, where they had Resident Evil 2, they had Resident Evil 3, 1, they had a huge library on the Vita and PS3 that they can easily just port onto the PS5, but they won't do it. Why? Because they want to figure out how they can make the greediest possible business model to sell all those games back to you. So that's another example. Then you got Microsoft. Microsoft has terrible first-party support. Their what's it called? Their interface. To me, their interfaces are horrible. They are horrible interfaces.
Exactly,
it really
is. Like they're
you spend like 10 minutes just trying to figure shit out. Awful.
Then Microsoft has that shit. And Microsoft has this thing where they want to sell you. I hate this about Microsoft in general, that they always want to sell you their next product. So instead of just putting it in front of you and like letting you decide, they tie all of their services they tie everything together to try to force you to get it. Like, for example, downloading clips from Xbox, you need to have OneDrive, all this stuff. Otherwise, you need to get a USB. And then even if you get a USB, you have to have a specific format to record clips.
Yeah,
when I say that,
that's why I don't stand with Microsoft.
It's a pain in the ass, and they love doing that. They do that. They do that on
the account too. When you log in, they're always kicking out. So F them.
Yeah, they log you out. You got to constantly sign in. They say, we got rid of this old feature and replace it with this new feature. It's better because we said so. So I hope you didn't have anything on your old feature because that's gone now. You know, or I hope or sign into this and then upgrade to that, upgrade to this, constantly bombarding you. And like I said, on Xbox, you know, you have to go through so much gymnastics just to even stream. You can't even directly stream through YouTube. So I hate that about Microsoft. And it's kind of funny because they have like, otherwise their systems run pretty good, you know? Like they run like, as far as like running and loading and whatever, like the Xbox, I would argue, is kind of better than Sony in that regard. But you know, when it comes to like actually like running shit, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, and then they have the better backwards compatibility. I mean, also that's a consequence of them having nothing, because they have really nothing on first party worth playing. So they kind of have to rely on backwards compatibility. But it's objectively better than Sony.
Exactly,
right?
bro. Because Sony wants back-in live services, and also when you play all the game, it wants you to connect to the Wi-Fi router. So I can't stand it. I say no.
And then you look at PC, right? PC, you know, PC's got a lot of good things going. It has emulation, it has backwards compatibility because, you know, the emulation, you have mods, all this stuff. But yeah, that's all fine and great. But okay, now you're waiting 4 or 5 years for because most of it is AA or like, you know, third-party games. You're going to be waiting forever to be playing the God of War on there, Spider-Man on there, even though Spider-Man 2 is dog shit, but waiting forever. But a lot of people like that game. You're going to be waiting a long time to be playing Spider-Man. You're going to be waiting years to have those ported on there. So you have to wait. Your first-party support sucks on PC, and it's because console markets are the real gaming market. I know that's an ugly thing that PC elitists don't want to accept, but consoles come first for all these companies because most people don't want to build and that goes to the second thing. Most people don't want to build a fucking PC. Yes, you can say, oh, it's easy. You could just look online. It's cheap. It's whatever. People don't want to do it. They just don't want to do it. Somebody could, and I hate the elitist argument with like, oh, you're too dumb.
I'm onto that side, Jempachi. I agree.
And people always say like, they'll say like PC elitists will say, oh, you're too dumb to build a console, or you're too broke, you're too cheap, or whatever. Some people don't want to do it. Some people just don't want to do it.
It's as simple as that. They don't get
it. Some people don't feel like going through that extra hassle.
Yeah, bro. Let me tell you this.
And it's never good enough
for
them.
Expensive than the console, way more. You need to get like more upgrade to upgrade. It costs you a lot of money, bro.
And it costs you a lot of money. And then on top of that, like, how many people consider themselves PC players and they can't even run these like high-end games on their PC? Even the people who develop the games admit that they make the game is made on PC, but it's not made in an optimized way for PC. So the initial,
like the guy at Rockstar said,
the initial PC port, exactly. Like the initial PC creation of like GTA 5 is like hard to run on PCs that, like on your what's it called on your commercial PC, like you know your average person has. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of people can't run the true form of GTA 5 on there. So they end up porting it down to consoles, and then they port it back to PC. And yeah, it's enhanced compared to console, but it's not even the true console. It's not even the true like original version of the game anyway. Yeah, it's still somewhat ported down. Console market is the main market. Like again, I don't care if you love PC or if you love consoles or whatever. Regardless, it's objective that the console market is the main gaming market.
Yeah.
And I guess you could argue mobile too, which is why, like, as much as I think mobile games are garbage, mobile
games are trash.
But it's a large part of the market, and that's why we're seeing. And honestly, a lot of the terrible microtransaction shit that you see in current games is actually trickled down from the mobile market because of how successful it was there. Yeah. So anyway, my point is that. And let's pretend mobile is like an actual platform. All right, advantages to mobile, right? Like mobile, you can. Oh, and by the way, with emulation and shit, I forgot to mention something about PC. You also have to make sure that your PC is safe from attack, like via viruses, malware, or whatever as well. Mm-hmm. So you know, again, PC has a lot of good things going for it. I think PC is great, but it also has a lot of bad things going for it. And the problem with being a fanboy is that when you're a fanboy, you don't look at the objective pros and cons. You just see the pros, and then you need to convince other people that the cons don't exist, which in the end of the day will make you a corporate slave. PC fans don't realize that by acting like this, they are just as bad as any any console, whatever that they want to call them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. And plus,
So Mhm.
keep on going because of this. No, whoa,
it's
no!
dumb. It's just dumb. This is why console wars are stupid. But because by engaging in a console war, you're accepting corporate BS. You're not
Exactly, bro.
you're accepting corporate BS. You know, somebody wants to get a piece.
I'm glad I'm out. I'm so
Yeah.
finally glad I'm out in my entire life.
Screw it.
Bro. I can't stand it.
I mean, look, if somebody wants to buy an Xbox so that they can play backwards compatible games, that's a good reason. That's a good enough reason as any.
Yeah,
People say, "Oh, you can't play this, you can't play that," but that's a good enough reason.
don't blame them. Which
And if they're honest about it too, it's like, hey, I bought it for this reason. Now, if you're like trying to make it sound like it's better than what it is, then you'll probably get called out for it because you're making shit up. You're trying to make it sound better than what it is. But if you're like, hey, well, listen, I bought it for this so and so reason. That's it.
And trying to be an elitist.
Yeah, exactly. Like trying to be like, well, I can do this. It has this. It has that. And
if somebody bought a Sony, let's say somebody bought a PS5 just because they want to play like the main AAA games, that's a good reason too. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with any of these reasons. The problem is that people, they can't just like the thing that they like without trying to bash others because they always have to defend their purchase. You get what I'm saying? If you like something, if you enjoy it,
they wouldn't have to do that.
Yeah,
and if you like and enjoy something, if you love and enjoy something, then that's for you, right? I'll give you an example. I tell Revenant all the time. I love that. I really enjoyed Batman versus Superman. People hate that movie. Some people hate it.
I don't blame you. I enjoyed the Batman versus Superman, bro.
But I liked it. So I liked it.
I enjoyed it.
And other people might not like it, but that's okay. I enjoy it, but I'm not going to go after everybody and say who doesn't like it and say, "Oh, you're a fucking idiot. You don't like it. You're an idiot. You don't like it." It's like, in the end of the day, that's on them. I can say that they're part of the reason why it didn't get the sequels that it deserved, because of course it has to do well in order to get sequels. But it is what it is.
Guys, to be honest with you, I'm gonna be even though back in the day when I was young, I enjoyed the Alien vs. Predator game and also the Alien vs. Predator movie. Even though I like watching. And
the only one I played was in arcades when I was a kid.
I like the one on Super Nintendo where you play as Predator and you play as like the other dude.
The one that
you play, right? He's like a fake ass Dutch from Predator, and he has like a cybernetic arm or whatever. And then you get to play as the Predators and you fight like different aliens and stuff. It was really cool. I want them to remaster that. They should definitely remaster that and put it on consoles. I'll play the hell out of that.
I used to get Predator Underground. Well, when I used to purchase it, I say, well, I kind of effed up because they are. Destroy how the Predator used to be,
Yeah. Well, Prey is garbage.
Predator Underground is garbage as hell.
Yeah.
Movies.
Well, he's talking about the game, right? Predator Hunting Ground.
Leave it alone.
Yeah,
as it is.
It's just
the game.
But Prey is trash, man. I'm sorry. I can't believe people like that movie.
Ass. I'm sorry, it's ass.
I think really what it comes down to is people can't just admit the obvious.
Yeah, Disney trying their best to buy the franchise because they got nothing to do with their damn entire life around their money. Because the fact like you got DI, okay, but except you've been defeated, bro. And we all know you need plenty of students to save your ass because you want many students to just burn down. And next minute when you got something coming after you. You gotta run and go to say, hey, I need pay. How about you collide with business so we can get the stock going? And we all know your stock gonna be burned, and that's that way they're trying to like invade sports. Look what happened.
Yeah, I think I think really in the end of the day, man, like we have to just accept that other people like. The problem is that everyone tries to infringe on each other, right? Like I can't just like if somebody like people like Helldivers 2, and then everyone's like, oh, you're like this fascist stuff, you like whatever. Why can't people just enjoy Helldivers 2 and you do whatever thing you want somewhere else? Why do you need?
Especially when it's not what they claim it to be. It's different if it was something like say like Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
terrible game.
Game been broken.
Games as a service. Broken.
Yeah, but
There's
guys, can't say
pandering
this.
bullshit, pride flags everywhere. They're disrespecting the characters, and they'd be like, "Oh well, Suicide Squad. What do you expect?
Yeah,
This
guys,
is
can I
the
say
name
something
and all that."
before I want to go because I want to ask Jim Potter before I go for the last question. But here's one thing I'll make for response. You know, I'll get to Assassin's Creed, but I would say this because the fact, like, see, like, it we all know how Helldivers is probably like the two, whatever. Even though it got the full quality, and we all know when the mainstream media see a good 8 out of 8, they will try to gather the whole media to try to cancel that game. And also, you know the
Yeah, for
fake,
sure.
you know those fake fans we gotta deal with some Saints Row 22 and right now to
Yeah, for sure.
part two, they will be there and target these people that enjoy the games. You're just a fascist. You're just such a bigot because the fact like they rather play broken and unfinished mess games and also they rather go for quantity but not quality and they
And
rather and they're rather trying to insult all the fans because the fact like we like quality, we like a lot of things fixed in a good way and make complete release a game in a fresh way minded. But the fact like
yeah,
these mainstream media can't handle it, and also you got these type of fake fake fans or fake gamers. They'll try to spend time attacking you because they don't like quality games. They're like
well,
broken
yeah, yeah. No, you're
and
hitting
down.
the nail on the head.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we gotta deal with because you see how modern games like not doing well, like Ubisoft and
Well, some people have standards,
Mhm.
some people don't. That's all it comes down
That's it,
to.
exactly.
yeah.
Like,
Bro.
for example, like you could be like I'm a Final Fantasy fan, right? Revenant knows that I recently played through 7 again because I wanted to have it fresh in my mind, right? And after
Mhm.
playing through it again, I came to the conclusion that anyone who's accepting these games is just perfectly
Remake.
okay with this game being chopped into 3 games. I'm talking about remake, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
That
Yeah,
they have no standards. They have no standards. They'll just accept anything. And when you realize that, when you got to understand that anything
yeah.
that is
DLC.
harder to do, anything that's
Yeah,
harder to do
harder.
is gonna have less people doing it, right? So, for
Yeah,
example, being a fighter is hard. So you don't see most of the population won't even dare like step in the ring because it's hard. It's a hard thing to do. That's why
that's
not everybody's in shape, right? Because it's easier to
yeah,
be fat and lazy than it is to be in shape. So when it comes to having standards, it's easier to be a corporate slave, just consume anything that's put in front of you, and then move on to the next thing like a pig, than it is to have standards and say, well, look, I'm a fan of
exactly.
Final Fantasy, but I'm not so much of a fan that I'm gonna turn my brain off and accept this BS, right? And I think
Exactly.
that because
Mhm.
Mhm.
Just like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, because the game's
just
got
like
free
Assassin's Creed.
expansion. No, bro. I'm sorry. I don't buy game with free expansion. No.
And that's why I was saying before that people are gonna do this. That's what they're gonna do. They're going to defend these things because they don't like how it reflects on them. They don't think. They don't like, so many people will go online and they'll say, "Oh, you're a retard. That's a dumb take. That's oh, you a dumbass, or your brain's not working, whatever." When they don't even realize that their lack of any critical thought is why they're defending this thing, or why they're defending BS.
Exactly.
Because
And
in the
why the
end of the
quality has
day,
gone so down. Has
yeah,
gone down.
exactly.
And
They
they
have
Yeah.
can
no
release any
discernment.
way with anything.
Yeah,
Like they can
exactly.
Yeah.
release broken games, all these egregious business practices with DLC and everything.
There's a saying that dumb people actually think they're smart, and smart people think they're dumb. Because a smart person would say, "All right,
Exactly.
let me look at this and analyze it and come to my own conclusion."
Yeah.
Right? A dumb person will say, "Well, I don't like this, so therefore you're wrong. I am smart. I am great. Everyone else who disagrees is an idiot." Right?
Mind games.
Where, so for example, with like these kind of things, I can look at someone's perspective and I can say, all right, I'll give you an example. I can say, I understand as like a young kid in America, like a 15-year-old, 14-year-old, 16-year-old, you see Miles Morales and you say, oh, Black Spider-Man, cool, or whatever, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think like I can understand that perspective even if I don't agree with it, right?
Yeah.
But but here's the opposite end of it. A person with a brain would say, wait a minute, why do I have this half-ass Spider-Man when I could have original heroes like Blade or Spawn? Why is there no Spawn game right now? Why is there no like Blade game where I can hunt down vampires? Why do I need a second-rate Spider-Man as opposed to having, a one-of-a-kind Spawn? You get
True.
what I'm getting at?
Yeah,
And I
true.
think that's the difference between critical thought and being a moron. Because again, that
That's true.
kid, I can understand his perspective. He wants to see a superhero that's black, that's a character that he likes, as Spider-Man. But they fail to realize that character, Miles Morales, will never be Spider-Man. He'll always just be Miles Morales
true.
because there's already a Spider-Man. So
Yeah, Miles Morales is different. If Miles Morales got to be Spider-Man, did he have his own development or depth or own type of story?
he should have just been his own hero. They could have introduced him as a character in the universe and just had him be his own thing. But the fact that he's just basically race swap Spider-Man, to me, makes his character basically pointless. While with Blade is like an original character that's badass. So it's like I would delete, if they had made me choose between Blade and Miles Morales, I'll delete Miles Morales in a second. Even Black Panther is a great character. Even though I think the movie was kind of like kind of booty, especially the CGI, but the comic book character Black Panther is badass. He was actually one of my favorite superheroes back in the day, and that's an original black character that's awesome. And instead of asking for your Black Panther game, you're okay with Miles Morales being a second-rate Spider-Man.
Or if they race swap a character like Superman or whoever.
Yeah. And that's my point. It's like a person like me or Revenant or you we can look at both sides and understand why they want that thing, even though acknowledging that under scrutiny it's actually BS. But somebody who's dumb in this case, or somebody who's on the other side of things, will look at it and say, well, if you don't like this, you must be racist and hate black people and hate minorities and hate whatever, when in reality they fail to acknowledge that a lot of people saying this stuff are minorities themselves. Meanwhile,
the reason why is because they just operate off of emotions. They refuse
that's
critical thinking, and they don't want to stop and question what's going on and put the pieces together. They just want to blindly consume and get excited for the next thing.
Yeah, it's cool and flashy. That's good enough for them.
Yeah, and attack anyone who criticized it because they've been conditioned to defend whatever the new thing is.
Yep, basically. So again, I can understand, and I actually empathize with those people that they want these characters. They want to see more like Hispanic, Black, or Asian characters or whatever. But you have to understand that if you take a character that's been around for 80 years, 90 years, and suddenly just race swap them, I think that people are not going to have an opinion about that is delusional.
Yeah, exactly.
Be a lot easier just making an original character.
Plus, guys, because I need to charge my phone right now. But I want to say this to Jimpachi. So, what's your personal take? Because me and Reverend discussed about the Assassin's Creed, Conan read about the league, and basically, I know it's gonna be about my race, but
I can explain it to him if you want.
Yeah, explain to him, Reverend.
I can just run it down. So it's the one where it was leaked to be about the Black Shinobi.
Yeah,
in Japan.
Yasuke.
And I think it's also going to be an RPG as well. And the new leak, that's a new report. I don't know if it's leaked for sure, but a new report just came out recently. Is that it's also going to be like a live service?
Terrible. Dead on arrival.
Exactly.
Dead on arrival.
Basically, what me and Reborn was saying.
You're gonna have a lot of loud people online. There's gonna definitely be a lot of loud people online who are gonna complain about it, but upon release, they're gonna realize that wait a minute, this game didn't sell. Like I had excuse me, on my Suicide Squad video, I had people attacking me about the game, and I'm like, you guys are really loud and vocal, but this game, you're not playing the game because if only 1,000 players, if that's what 1,000 players are playing, I guarantee you're not one of them because that's
guys, can I say this? Because it's gonna be the same thing with the Black Flag remake. Because what is it? We on the Black Flag remake gonna be trash.
Another pointless remake.
It's gonna be trash. It's gonna be the same like Skull and Bones.
Yeah, it's gonna be something for the modern day audience, just like Dead Space remake.
Yeah.
Hell, even the some aspects of the Resident Evil 4 remake as well.
Yeah, I would argue that they should have taken Assassin's Creed 1 and remade it, but exactly as
That's what
is for the
people
most
wanted.
part. But just make the animations look smoother. Just make it that like things are a little more dynamic. Like for example, excuse me, Altair could grab a dude and throw him into like scaffolding, and it breaks on them. Like that's one of those things that you can make look way cooler just by like how much tech has advanced since then. And it's a
Exactly,
shame
bro.
we have some of the most advanced tech, but we actually literally have the most advanced gaming tech of all time,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
And they're doing nothing with it.
and then
They're
they're
taking
using it to
advantage
make
of it.
trash.
All
Exactly.
they do is like, oh, how realistic can we make them look while also making the women look ugly?
And also just making the gameplay worse. I mean,
Yeah.
look, a game you can take
The
a you
attention
can
to
take a
detail was not there as well. That's another big issue.
you could
Like
take
you look
Red
at Gears
Faction
of War,
Guerrilla.
the old Gears of War,
Yeah.
and then you look at the recent ones. It's like night and day.
Red Faction Guerrilla has fully destructible environments.
Hmm. Nothing like it now.
Fully destructible environments and ragdoll running on the weak ass Xbox 360
And it was made by Volition.
and made by Volition. You're telling me that a game like that couldn't exist now? You're telling me
Right.
that? I mean, like, I think, and this is like my own opinion, but I think companies don't realize what people actually like about those games. So, for example, you'll have something like, all right, like, why do people like Arkham Combat? They don't like it because it's a service or whatever. They enjoy the abilities that Batman has. They enjoy the variety of moves he has, the tactics he used,
Exactly.
the
Martial
insane
arts.
the insane ragdoll physics when you hit enemies. It feels so kinetic. Like it's always the little details that make games feel good.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like when
It
you
gives
play
the player the freedom to make
Be
it as
creative.
dynamic as they can. Yeah, be creative. It's similar to like Saints Row 2. That's why people were annoyed with Saints Row 3 because they just watered everything
it's
down.
horrible. It got wrestling mechanic, but it don't have no different type of combats move.
Yeah, they had all the martial arts styles before, and they
Yeah.
removed all of them.
Took it away,
But-
yeah.
and then on top of that, they turned them into quick time events.
Yeah, and you
Yeah,
couldn't like
exactly,
pick
bro.
shit up and throw at enemies or whatever.
It's always the little things. GTA 4. If you ask more like
that's
hard,
another one.
if you ask more hardcore gamers, they'll tell you that the ragdoll feels more kinetic. You feel more grounded. You could pick up bricks off the floor and throw them. Like little details like that are what make games feel special. When let's go back
Yeah,
even further. Resident
What's
Evil
up,
2.
Solo?
Yeah, guys, I would say this because even though I can understand Resident Evil remake can like always been a hit around this modern gaming franchise, but when it comes to script and all that, and also content, nah, I don't appreciate. But they always find good. It's a solid gameplay, okay, and also the story. But a lot of it content, I don't appreciate at all, bro.
Yeah, that's not good either. I agree.
Yeah, same
But,
thing. Same thing
uh,
with the
Solo
R-
made a good point because he said that they want to remake Assassin's Creed 4, but it's backwards compatible. And on top of that, they already have it available on PS4 and Xbox
Yeah,
One
exactly,
as well.
bro.
So you could probably also play
Yeah.
it on the Series X or PS5.
Yeah, but plus I would say this because we all know what they're gonna do to Black Flag because it's gonna be like propaganda and also DEI bullshit, and also Edward Kenway is gonna not gonna be the main protagonist for Assassin's Creed. He's gonna who is it? He's gonna
Probably
be
change his
like
dialogue around.
he's
It's
gonna be
bullshit.
somebody else. He's gonna
They're
be
gonna
a side
give more time
character, bro.
to his wife in the flashbacks.
Yeah, he's
And,
gonna be a side character, bro. I would say this. They're gonna make him a side character.
Who was the one that they thought it was the probably they might have like a side story you play as her or some shit.
Well,
Who
we're
was the
getting
one
now
that,
a flanderized
originally it was gonna
remakes
be-
anyway.
It was gonna be where people well, not people. I mean everyone probably thought it was like a man, but then it turned out to be a woman. What was her name again?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Again?
Fake Jack Sparrow character.
There you go.
I know
Wasn't it
you're
even
talking
called
about.
Jack?
Exactly,
It might have-
Solo. Yeah,
Yeah,
Something like
it might
that.
have been. I don't remember. But I remember
Yes,
him being.
bro.
I remember him feeling like a fake ass Jack Sparrow even back then.
Yeah, no, I
it's
agree,
just
yeah.
us, bro. It's us.
But I just
They'll-
want to
they'll
say
do
the
that.
point that like when a thing becomes successful, you have to understand that other companies are gonna want to like ride that success and ride that hype. and even if they don't understand why the hype is there. So when you look at a remake, right, Resident Evil 2 remake really like blew the roof off the building with like how good of a remake it was. So then ever since then, Capcom and everyone and their grandma wants to make these remakes of old games, but they're not
Hill
putting
2.
the polish and care, Silent Hill 2, where they're not
Yeah.
putting the polish and care needed to make those games,
Bro, they're not
those remakes
pulling the
worthwhile.
Game.
They're
The West,
they're flat.
Konami,
They're
I'll say
flat.
this. Can I say this? Konami is trying to find companies that have a bad reputation, but they never ever
They
find
want
a
cheap
good
companies. That's what it is. They want cheap. But if you're
Yeah,
paying a
they
company
all
to make the
failed to
game
see
cheap,
why the Resident Evil 2 remake was so good, or even the Resident Evil 1 remake.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like in the end of the day, Resident Evil 2 remake is good, and it's not just because you walk slowly and have an over the shoulder view. It's because the game is actually well remade and respected the source material, and actually was a good um reimagining of it. Even though I
Yeah.
prefer the original Resident Evil 2 story wise, I think that the remake is really good. I think
Yeah,
the best
exactly, bro.
remake is 2. A remake of 4, I'm sorry, unnecessary first off. And honestly, what
Yeah, the remake
sorry.
4 is not
I
that
have,
great. I'm sorry.
I
The
have
original one is okay, but I don't play 4. I just say when I take a look at the original game,
even the
that was
original
more.
4 is overrated in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But in
Yeah,
the end of
exactly.
the day, like you have to understand that like you can't just keep. You gotta understand that sometimes you have lightning in a bottle. You make a remake of an old game, it doesn't mean it's automatically going to be good. You
Yeah.
could take those games.
That's
You
what
could
they
take
failed to see.
it's like the same thing with games as a service, right? The reason why you have so many now is because you had a couple successful ones that made billions, right? So when you had a couple successful service games like Destiny, well, I wouldn't even say Destiny, like I think the first one was pretty successful though. But anyway, you have some successful ones, but overall they usually do bad and fail and die. And then you got to understand that investment in them is insane, and the online infrastructure isn't cheap because they have to custom make the online infrastructure for every game individually.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where like they're all chasing trends, and they have to understand that like you're only going to have the one Minecraft that's great.
Yeah.
You're going to have the Resident Evil 2 remake that was great, and then the immediate follow-up Resident Evil 3 remake was mixed.
Yep.
Like Jim Punchy, just like these main YouTubers, which I kind of respect, it got to catch up everything how it done best for the original game. But at least
Yeah.
Resident Evil 2 remake captured everything. But when it comes to Silent Hill 2, Bloober Team, I don't know, cause we all seen the CEO right now saying, I kind of upset with Konami. Konami's not even giving credit to us.
But Konami's been dog shit forever, man.
Yeah.
People
It's
give
like-
Konami credit for what the actual studios make. So
like Team
Capcom,
Silent.
like Team Silent. So for example, Capcom, like the thing about Capcom's remakes is that they're made by Capcom. Capcom is both the publisher and the people like actually with the career longevity that understand those games and are making those games.
Exactly.
So it's not like they're hiring a private company at the cheapest possible dollar to produce a remake of a beloved game.
Exactly.
You get it? There's a stark difference between the two things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people fail to realize that, and it's like Konami doesn't get it, and it's like people like are too quick to give them like the benefit of the doubt when it's like been proven. They've been known to like hire like fucking random ass developers and
That's
just
at
do
the
whatever
cheapest
at
dollar.
the cheapest dollar. And you look at Bloober Team, walking simulators. That's all they did.
Walking down my
Metal Gear
And
Survive.
you see the
Metal Gear
combat,
Survives.
The trailer for Silent Hill 2, and it's terrible.
Metal Gear Survive sums them up perfectly.
Oh yeah.
That sums them up perfectly. You take a series about like stealth, espionage, and action, and you take these like great characters. It's like, what would be good for this franchise? A game where you play as a random created character service and you fight zombies.
Basically,
That's definitely
And also
that's definitely Metal Gear Solid.
They also have a thing where like, you like grow crops for like resources and
Yeah.
place little like fences like as barricades and shit like that, like kind of like how like Fortnite is, where it's like
And then
kinda, like, have
meanwhile,
control of it and move it there.
And then meanwhile, Metal Gear Rising, people will say like here's this is actually a perfect moment of explaining how somebody who's a dumb person without critical thought will say, well, Metal Gear Rising was an action game where you just hack and slash, but it was consistent with Raiden. It was consistent with Metal Gear Solid 4 Raiden, where he became a badass cyborg ninja.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not like this came out of nowhere. So it felt like a proper progression of that character.
True.
So that's the difference. When you
Yeah.
play Metal Gear Solid 5, nothing about Metal Gear Solid 5 says, all right, let's do a zombie survival game. Even though that game does have zombies in it, but it's within the context of the story.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
So I think really in the end of the day, like no matter what you say or how you approach it, whether you're nice, whether you explain it rationally, whether you yell at them, whether you curse at them, whatever you do, they're not going to accept it because they have to justify like, you know, that thing that they need to do. Like you have all these people say, like, I'll give you an example. You have all these people say something like, they'll say like, get a life, go outside or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But to me, it makes me think who really has no life? Is it the person who's willing to criticize something that they once loved, or the person who has to accept everything that happens? Who really has no life? Who's really under control here? Who's really the person who needs to go outside? Because I can go outside, lift weights, hang out with my friends, do all kinds of shit. But these people need a fucking video game, a $70 video game to be good, or it ruins their life.
Exactly, bro.
To me, it's like
how it happens with these companies like Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed. You're not going to get any better because everyone's making excuses. They're always on the front lines for the same companies, the same games franchises, and that's where we're at now. Because fucking Assassin's Creed can be whatever the fuck they want by next week, and people will still find ways to defend it.
Exactly, that's true. And by the way, guys, thanks for joining the podcast, and thanks for you two joining because what is it? My homie's kind of sleeping right now, so
all right, man.
Plus,
well, thanks for having us on.
Yeah, plus we gotta do next month, but not like in the not like a 3 weeks time, okay? Probably next month. But I give you guys a day, okay?
All right, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us. We'll catch you later.
Yeah, thanks for you joining All Time Japachi.
No problem.
I respect your podcast too around yesterday. It's great.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I like those guys.
Batman against Predator.
Oh yeah, that was really sick, right?
That's cool as fuck.
Yeah, that was pretty sick.
He needs to have like a different skill to be a Predator.
Yeah, I think that's a good matchup because they're both predators, they're both hunters, so I kind of like the matchup between them.
Oh yeah, that'd be damn great.
Yeah, it's a good pairing in my opinion. It makes sense too.
Already,
yeah.
Exactly. And by the way, right now I'm gonna go. Make sure you guys have a good night.
You too, man.
Yeah,
I keep on your content.
For sure, man. I have some stuff coming up soon too, so some stuff to look forward to. All right, man. See you.
Yeah.
Peace
Have
out.
a good day and take care of yourself. And also, everyone that enjoying my stream, make sure you guys have a great day too. This is Reborn 6819 signing out. Have a good one. Peace out.